Alright, so we just watched the story of Esau and Jacob. But I already kind of knew that story because it's the beginning of the Israelites. And it's from Isaac, which had two sons with Rebecca. And the thing that's crazy about the two sons that she had, and her name being Rebecca, that's the same name that they changed Pocahontas' name to. And with them changing Pocahontas' name to Rebecca in history, it's a reminder of how the England and Spanish actually took over America. They took over America from a trade of a suit. Like they had the natives who was Wanchese and Montejo in North Carolina. What happened was Montejo wanted a suit from England because he liked the way that they dressed with their wardrobe. And then they just told us the same story about how basically Eshua gave over his birthrights because he was hungry and Jacob was fixing some stew. So with him fixing the stew, he gave it to him to feed him. So he got his like hunger, you know what I'm saying, fixed. But then that's why I spoke about fasting later in the Bible, because it's talking about the hunger pains that people get. They actually can still live through it because they got stuff already inside of their inner layers that gets eaten by different, you know what I'm saying, cells in the body. But this something else I was thinking about. So the story of Wizard of Oz, right? This is how I can correlate it to the Bible. So it's basically three different prophets in the Wizard of Oz. The three prophets would basically be, it's you got the Tin Man, you got the Scarecrow, and you got the what's the other one? The Lion. Alright, so this is how they become prophets, right? The Tin Man represents the workaholic. So basically someone that's working too hard and they start to deplete their heart. So they work becomes their heart. So he felt like he didn't have a heart because he was only created to work. Alright, now the Scarecrow represents the one that bears the cross. So the one that stays on the crucifixion, that knows about Jesus' sacrifice, but doesn't really know the real meaning of Jesus' sacrifice. So they now are gambling with the brain. Okay. And then you have the next one, who is the lion that's in the jungle. So they would be somebody that's like in the streets that's battling with their courage because they already created to be a king. So with them being created to be a king, it doesn't mean that the king is granted the courage, but they have the appearance of it because, again, he's a lion. So people already initially fear him. Now, this is when Dorothy breaks into the Matrix to let them know the gifts that they felt like they lost. She explained to the Tin Man that even though your work seemed like your heart, you were working for a reason. You know what I'm saying? The one that created you designed you to work. So the love for his creation was what got him to work. You know what I'm saying? And what got him to overcome his tears and how he leaked and stuff. But he had to cry them tears to even know he had a heart. Now the next one, the Scarecrow, the one that buried the cross, he had a job as a protector. With him having a job as a protector, him knowing about the sacrifice, and you know what I'm saying, him knowing what he had to do in order to get those crows to pick, because the crows always pick at dead things. You know what I'm saying? So with them picking at dead things, he still walked in a valley, didn't fear no evil, because with his mind set in stone, he already had the wisdom granted. So he had his courage, you know what I'm saying? He had his brain. And now we're gonna go to the lion. The lion actually feared himself. So him fearing himself, that's like the alpha ego. To where, because they have to represent so many things, he may have had his courage to hold up for other people, but did he have the courage for himself to stand on his own business? So that's also the three splits of the males: the alpha, the sigma, and the beta. The Tin Man is the beta, the sigma is the scarecrow, and then the alpha would be the lion. They all play different roles. And then you have prophets in the book just like that too. So you got the ones that fight with their courage, but then it shows later on that they shared the courage, you know what I'm saying? because they don't know what they conquered or what they conquered it for. You got the ones that live with their hearts, you know what I'm saying, with all their desires, getting everything they wanted, like Job. But then when he lost the things that he wanted the most, nobody else could answer him but God. And then you have the last one is the brain, which is the wisdom, the ones that feel like they've outsmarted everyone. But then even if you outsmart everyone, you still create enemies that's gonna come after whatever you outsmarted them from. All of that is just different things and methods that I view when I watch roles and things that people script into reality, because we manifest our reality, but manifesting it is not having doubt in one's belief and knowing thyself. So for the males out there, you can pick if you want to be sigma, beta, or alpha, or it could just be created in your design. Because my main thing with when it comes to Jesus, with him having the timeline, you're gonna meet some people that study their life trying to prove them wrong. You're gonna have some people proving them right, and then you're gonna have other people that just stay on the fence and believe that he just left his sacrifice. But it's still all in search of knowledge. He didn't write the book, he didn't draw his picture, but then it was people whose spirit kept him alive. And with that, he was a carpenter because he's built in everyone's mind. And with built in everyone's mind, we all build ourselves from the ground up.